here. Well, 2 down, 2 more to go, and this time we are starting with Fairy Tail. Now, I know this is going to take a while to get these videos posted up, so any other upcoming chapters, aside from the ones I've been reviewing, the ones I've missed, I'll get to review those as soon as I finish up these chapters. So let's get started. Okay, so Minerva stabbed Kagura to gain points for Sabretooth. Kagura is on the ground bleeding and is begging Erza to save Miliana. Minerva teleports Miliana into the town, and it seems that she has also been incapacitated, thus giving Sabretooth another point, meaning there are 5 points in the lead from Fairy Tail. It seems that while Kagura and Erza were fighting, Minerva was trying to kill off some time by torturing Miliana. Erza gets pissed off, but then we cut back to Gajeel and Rogue. And so far it seems that Gajeel has the upper hand, but then we cut back to Orga and Laxus, and that fight is a bit short because they get interrupted by Jura, and it seems that we are going to have a 3-way battle between Laxus, Orga, and Jura. Back with Juvia and Shelia, they're continuing their little cat fight, but they get interrupted by Gray and Leon. And just when you think you're getting really tired of all this ridiculous love triangles, it turns out that it gets worse. Shelia seems to have a thing for Leon. However, Leon has a thing for Juvia, while Juvia has a thing for Gray. Gray has a thing for, Lucy? Anyway, back at the palace, Future Lucy finally woke up and tells Natsu and the others a couple of information of what happened in the future. According to her, they managed to escape the dungeon, but they get recaptured by the royal army. They ask Future Lucy why she came here, and according to her, she wanted to undo a future that had become so bleak. Then we go back to Darton and the princess, and according to her, the person from the future tells them that the apocalypse will come, consisting of over 10,000 dragons, and that's where the chapter ends. 10,000 dragons? Holy shit! Please let that be true. Please, 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 please let that be true. If not 10,000 dragons, at least bring Acnology and Zareth back. At least. I mean, if this was the apocalypse that is supposed to destroy the kingdom and all the land, yeah, I do not see them being able to win this one. Hell, they had a hard hell, all the Fairy Tail Guild took on Acnologia, and they failed. They got lucky because of Mavis and her fairy spear. Okay, back at the Grand Magic Games, Minerva is one cold-hearted, sadistic bitch. She couldn't just wait. No, she decides to torture Miliana. Also, I'm getting really tired of this whole love triangle, octagon bullcrap that's been going on. I mean, Chilia having a thing for Leon? Isn't Leon like 25 and Chilia's like, what, 13? That's kind of pedophilic. Also, is Gray ever gonna tell Juvia about... I mean, Gray knows how Juvia feels about him. Is he ever gonna react to it? I mean, get a hint, Gray, come on. Either be with her or be not with her. If not, just tell her off. Don't tell her. I just hope this whole love crap isn't gonna distract Juvia like last time in Naval Battle. Still pissed me off. But on the plus side, a 3-way battle between Luxus, Orga, and Jura. Yes! This is gonna be awesome! Okay, so overall, this chapter so far so good. I'm mostly looking forward to the 3-way battle. That's the only one I'm looking forward to. The matter of Erza, her leg is injured, so is she gonna be able to beat Minerva with her leg like this? But then again, it's Fairy Tail, so yeah. Also, I gotta ask, why is the princess the only one trying to do something about this apocalypse? Shouldn't the king or the queen know about this? It's always the princess. What's up with that? So Future Lucy told Natsu and the others about the 10,000 dragons that are supposed to come the day after the Grand Magic Games. And of course, according to her, well, she didn't actually really say, but judging from the looks on her face, everybody in the castle is going to die. According to Future Lucy, when this happened, she opened the gate and then traveled back in time. She didn't even know what she was doing. And then she came back here July 4th, X793, which was like a few days ago. She could have traveled in an earlier time, but she didn't know how the Eclipse Gate worked. And apparently, Future Lucy didn't even come up with a plan to stop these 10,000 dragons. Anyway, Arcadius is having a brief little flashback of what the princess has told him. Apparently, Eclipse 2 is actually a magical cannon that can, like, emit large amounts of magic. Apparently, 7 years worth of magic has been stored in the gate. And apparently, that amount of magic is equivalent of the Etherion from the Tower of Paradise. And they're going to use the Eclipse 2 to blast the dragons with the 7 years worth of magic that has been storing in that gate. However, Arcadius knows that Lucy is lying because she did not really appear on the 4th. Apparently she appeared before that, hell, probably before the Grand Magic Games even started. But she didn't even tell him about Eclipse 2. And, of course, Future Lucy starts feeling sorry for herself. And Natsu comforts her, giving us a Natsu slash Lucy moment for all the fangirls. However, back with Crime Sorcier, Jalal discusses with and Melody about what Future Lucy told him, but he's having doubts, and he's thinking that either Future Lucy is lying or that she is a fake. Please let it be a fake. Meanwhile, back at the Grand Magic Games, Gaziel and Rogue are taking a break and having a little conversation. Rogue is trying to figure out why he is fighting when he is with a guild that doesn't even care about their so-called Nakama. And he was actually a bit confused as why Gaziel left Phantom Lord for Fairy Tail, and it was because he wanted friends. However, Gaziel just tells him that he does have a friend, that ex-seat of his, Frosh, or Fro. So it looks like these two are getting along, but then all of a sudden, Rogue hears a voice coming from the shadows, and he's telling him not to listen to Gaziel and that you have to kill him. And that is your destiny. And then the chapter ends with Rogue looking at his shadow, and it turns out that the shadow was talking to him and is about to lend his strength. What the hell? Okay, well, I gotta admit, this chapter was okay. Still some questions going up to the whole Eclipse Gate and Future Lucy. Turns out Eclipse 2 is a magical cannon that's gonna blast the 10,000 dragons that are about to come. But the thing is, if the princess knows that the gate has been gathering magic for the past 7 years, does this mean that she knew about the apocalypse coming for seven years ago? Did Future Lucy appear 7 years ago? And why doesn't the king know about this? Isn't there a king? A queen? Seriously, it's always the princess. So I guess there's a lot of secrets going on, and there's the question whether Future Lucy isn't telling the truth, or whether she's an imposter or not. I actually hope she is an imposter. That would be a pretty good plot twist. Now, with the moment with Gaziel and Rogue, I thought that was okay, fairy tale wise. But then, what the hell was up with this shadow talking to him? I mean, is this another trick for shadow dragon slayers? Do they have shadows that talk to them? And it says it was gonna lend its strength. I mean, what the hell? Another person has a dark side? Also, why does he want to kill Gaziel? I don't get that. Okay, so Future Lucy is leading Natsu and the others to escape through the dungeons, but they get caught by the Royal Guard. Yeah, this is what you get when you try to change the past. Because it will happen no matter what. And sometimes there will be different circumstances, but it will still happen no matter what. Wibbly wobbly timey wimey. However, Arcadios and Yukino have disappeared, so Natsu and the others are going to face off against the Royal Guard. But Mira Jane is going to go and look for Yukino and Arcadios. And the fight so far looks kind of okay. And then we finally get back to Gajul and Rogue. It turns out that the Shadow is talking to him. I am not kidding. And he's telling Rogue to kill him. It is your destiny. I don't know why, but the first thing that ever popped in my head when I read this was the Shadow talking in Gollum's voice from Lord of the Rings. I can't do a Gollum impressions, but that's just what I always hear when the Shadow's talking. So yeah, Rogue gets possessed by the Shadow and starts attacking Gajul, and their fight commenced. And apparently the Shadow's name is Shadow, the one who controls fate. Oh my god, yeah, that's subtle. Shadow. So he has a dark side, okay. So yeah, Gajul is getting his ass kicked no matter how much Iron Dragon Slayer magic he's used. And I guess being possessed by that Shadow, he is able to turn into shadows himself and attack whenever he wanted. He does some pretty cool magic, like Shadow Dragon's flash of the wax wing. That one was pretty cool. And hell, he even turns into Gajul's shadow and attacks him from the behind with the Shadow Dragon Slash. While fighting, Makarov and Mavis are actually quite surprised by this so-called foul magic, and they don't even know, they have never seen it before, and they don't even know what it is. Meanwhile, with Crime Sorcier, they sense that future Lucy is in trouble, but they don't decide to help because Natsu and the others are okay, so she's gonna be okay. So Natsu and the others are fighting against the guard. However, the anti-mage division appears and one time blasted Natsu, but that didn't do much. But back with the fight, Gajul is losing and it looks like he's about to die. So Gajul is about to get consumed by the shadows, but it turns out he has enough strength to, and get this, eat the shadows, I am not kidding, and he obtains this new power and becomes the Iron Shadow Dragon. Okay, what the fuck was up with the Shadow possessing him? If Rogue had this dark side that was able to lend him power and possess him to do all this, to turn into shadows and attack with shadows like that, why didn't he do that when he fought against Natsu and Gajul in the first place? Or is this Shadow even like a part of the Shadow Dragon Slayer magic, or is this just some sort of dark magic that coincidentally wants to possess Rogue to kill Gajul? And why kill Gajul? Was this a former Phantom Lord member getting revenge? Is it Raventail trying to control him to get revenge? I don't know. How the hell was Gajul able to eat shadows? And then he gains a power called the Iron Shadow Dragon Slayer magic? Yeah, I know Natsu had obtained the lightning from Loxus and became a lightning fire dragon slayer. And I guess if Natsu can do it, I guess so can Gajul. It's just I'm just kind of I don't know, I'm still kind of confused with this shadow thing. And how the hell does one eat shadows? And apparently Rogue's name isn't really Rogue, it's really Reus. And he used to be a disciple of his. Wait, Gajul knew Rogue back in the day? When? But I will admit, the Iron Shadow Dragon looks pretty badass. And yeah, I'm calling it now. Gajul's gonna win. I guess I'm okay with the Gajul getting Shadow Dragon Slayer magic. I mean, Natsu got lightning, so I guess he could have Shadow, I guess. But does this mean Wendy's gonna get another power-up? I don't know, like water? Air, water? Fire, lightning, iron shadow, something like that, I guess. But you know, this chapter was okay. Okay, so the fight between Gajeel and Rogue continues, and it seems that Gajeel can also turn into shadows as well, while using his Iron Dragon Slayer magic. One time, both of them turned into shadows, and they're about to catch up to each other. But Rogue got caught by Gajeel when he was in his shadow form, and was able to pull him out from the shadows, and then he starts to kick his ass. Honestly, I like this fight. It's pretty cool. And he uses the Iron Shadow Dragon's roar to finish him off, causes some major damage in the town, and Rogue is down for the count, and Fairy Tail gains a point. So the shadow thing that was possessing Rogue, I guess, detaches itself from Rogue and goes somewhere. What the fuck was up with that shadow? Then Rogue... This is kind of, I don't know if I should find this cute or kind of sad. Frosh, Rogue's Exceed, tries to stand up for him, but Rogue regains consciousness, and he doesn't even remember what happened. He didn't remember that huge ass kicking he took. Yeah, it's probably best he didn't remember that at all. Okay, so back with Natsu and the others are still attacking the Anti-Mage Division and the Royal Guard. One time, while they're attacking, a Panther gets attacked by this weird acid thing, and it turns out, yeah, the Gara Knights are back! Remember them? And that huge ass kicking they took once? They got taken down in one hit. Yeah. Come to think of it, we don't even know two of their names. We don't know the acid guy and the Ezio wannabe, who, by the way, has his mask broken and his face revealed. So while Natsu and the others not only are getting attacked by the Anti-Mage Division, the Royal Guard, and the Gara Knights, Arcadios is dressed up in his White Lily armor, about to confront the princess about the whole eclipse thing. Apparently, according to him, Future Lucy is not the one who is the con artist. It turns out to be the princess, and that is basically it. So, what the hell was up with this shadow thing? I'm sorry, that is still bugging the hell out of me. I mean, all of a sudden, Rogue gets possessed by a shadow named Shadow. Okay, kind of funny. And then tries to kill Gajeel. And then again, I gotta admit, Gajeel learning Iron Shadow Dragon Slayer magic of his, that was pretty badass. I thought it was pretty awesome what he did. So I'm not that mad that Gajeel got a power upgrade by eating shadows. I don't know how that works. Gara Knight's appearing again. Whoop-de-freaking-do. Yeah. But, from what it looks like, Natsu and the others are never gonna escape this castle, not for a while, at least not until the eclipse, I guess eclipse is being released, or until the dragons appear. I mean, it looks like Future Lucy, what she said is gonna come true. They're gonna get captured. So far, the match between Gajeel and Rogue, I thought that was pretty awesome. Gajeel was freaking badass with the shadow magic, and that fight I actually kind of enjoyed. Now, what is the princess what is the deal with the princess? I'm not getting that. Arcadios is saying that she's the person that is deceiving everybody. Why is she deceiving everybody? Oh, please tell me the 10,000 dragons aren't gonna happen. I want that to happen. Please. So, fighting was pretty cool. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to get back to Erza and Minerva, and hopefully the three-way battle. So, yeah, pretty good chapter. Okay, Natsu and the others are still continuing fighting the guards, and I gotta ask, Lucy has that Star Whip of hers. Why didn't she use it before? Why didn't she use them when you was fighting against Uosuke? Back to the Grand Magic game. Gray and Juvie are continuing fighting with Leon and Chilia. However, Leon and Chilia don't seem to be working well together. Anyway, back with the three-way battle, the fight everybody's definitely looking forward to. Orga makes his first move with the lightning god's atomic bolt cannon, but Jura dodges it and punches him in the face so hard he slams him into the ground, knocking him out, turning his threesome into a twosome. Yeah, that actually happened. So Lamia Scale gets another point, and it turns out that Jura has moved up the ranks in the 10 Wizard Saints. He's now number 5. Well, crap, Luxus is definitely So their fight commences, and Luxus tries to lightning charge Jura, but this is kind of funny. Jura karate chops him so hard he slams into the ground. It's kind of funny, actually. I don't know, just one karate chop. Also kind of pretty cool. But that wasn't enough to keep Luxus down, so he uses a lightning uppercut to the chin at Jura, and that's basically it. So much for the threesome actually lasting very long. I was actually looking forward to seeing more of Orga's lightning god slayer magic, but then again, he decided to attack Jura. So big mistake right there, and I'm not surprised. And I gotta admit, Jura taking down Orga so quickly, I thought that was pretty awesome. But I wanted the threesome to become more of a wanted the threesome to happen more. This is starting to sound pretty sexual. Maybe I should stop saying threesome. Three-way? No, that sounds worse. And, to be honest, I actually wanted to see Luxus and Orga having their fight, but Jura, I thought Jura, being an addition was pretty cool too. But I thought it was going to be more like, the three-way battle between Erza, Kagura, and Minerva. One attacking the other like that, but no, it just ended so quickly. But on the plus side, we get Jura facing off against Luxus, so I can't wait to see what Luxus has learned during his 3 months of training. Also, I'm actually looking forward to seeing Jura's, seeing more of Jura's magic and how much he has improved. Considering he managed to take down a God Slayer with a one punch, yeah, I'm not surprised he's that strong. So all in all, I thought this chapter was okay, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what happens next.